What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you. And I cannot wait to talk about not only these plays, but the issues with this game and how EA, in my opinion, deceives you. Not just EA, but also community members. And trust me, we're going to get to that in this same video. But we're going to start by looking at this play. And there are so many things that we need to understand are legacy issues. These are deep-rooted issues in the game. And I'll offer, again, you don't need me, you don't need someone else from our community to go down and help EA understand what's broken. You need real NFL players and you need true programmers that can fix this. Because this is not simulating football at all. It's really not. I just went to the preseason game, Colts and Ravens. You don't see these things happening on the field. And if you do, in real life, generally, you're not going to see those players stay in the NFL that long. Now, the first thing that I think we need to discuss is this pocket. This pocket has been an issue with Madden, and it's created a world where the user has to drop back, right? And I'm not faulting the user, but the reality is this is 100 yards, okay? We're dropping back an additional 10, and we're still rolling out because you can't read or trust this pocket. It collapses very awkwardly. It's clumps of players, as you can see. But let's also talk about coverage. Zone coverage has been a huge issue, right? We've got players standing still. Defense, offense should not be happening. We talk about this all the time, but I also want to focus on where the pass is actually going to go. Because if you look, you're going to have these wide open areas where players are just left alone. Now, this is the middle of the field, but further behind, this is where the pass is going to be. This is a wide open receiver on any level. Professional football should be tighter in coverage. Clint Oldenburg is sitting here and telling us that they're going to use Madden as a teaching tool. So don't tell me this is nitpicking when the developer of this game is thinking that you can train with this game. That's the logic of someone who's been cut from an NFL roster trying to do this on an NFL field. This is what we're left with. This is just a mess of players, but I want to show you what's happening downfield. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit here as well to show you just how open this receiver is. And this makes no sense to me. And not only does it make no sense to me, I'm going to compare it to the video I did yesterday for those of you who want to sit there and complain, okay? This is wide open. Pop Warner wide open. But this is what happens when players stand around. They don't read, they don't react. They wait till the ball is thrown to have an animation trigger and then move. This is what you get. We've asked EA to fix this for years, and they've sold us that it's been fixed for years. Now, before this pass is completed, I want to take a moment to go back to yesterday. I want you to notice the receiver and the defensive back are in front of each other, okay? It doesn't really matter their position. It's the same exact scenario here. It's very hard to see, but you can have the same example here, okay? Two players standing in front of each other. It just so happens the defense gets the ball here. It's an interception, but the receiver never tried to catch the ball, never got the animation. Here, same exact scenario. Receiver gets an animation, a twirling catch. The defensive back never does. Never gets an animation, never has an opportunity. How are you playing and enjoying this game? How are you having any type of skill in this game when you're watching this happen, be it an interception, be it a catch for a touchdown? You have no control over the player. You are playing the game to have control of the players to relive an NFL experience through a console. It's the only way Clint can play in the NFL, only way I can play in the NFL, only way you can play in the NFL. You can't play this game. This is, in my opinion, Muppet mentality. Okay, Madden 26 doesn't just look different, it plays different, with a major focus on physics-based interactions. Okay, physics-based interactions. So were you going to sit here and tell me that, oh, those players were just tired? That's why they didn't try to catch the ball. That's why they didn't go for the ball. But more importantly, when you talk about, oh, this is new levels of realism every single snap, whether you're breaking a tackle, getting stonewalled at the goal line, managing substitutions, right? Player momentum, contact strategy, all of these things matter. They're selling you the promise, the hope. The days of predictable animations are over. What did you just watch? Madden 26 is raising the bar on control and realism. Who is lying to you? Who is being negative here? Let me show you this image while I wrap this up. When you're talking about all these things, when you're sitting there and you're telling a community what EA has told you, okay, you're selling the hope and the promise that the game is going to get better because you know the game is not where it should be. You are telling people, don't worry, EA heard us. They know all the problems with the game, and they are moving forward to make it better based on your feedback. And I have been a carrier to EA for that feedback. The reality is, when the game releases and you can still see 2 plays, whether it's 2, whether it's 200, the game has not improved. These are things we were told that other community members parroted would be fixed, and they're not. This is why when we break down trailers and we look at things, Muppets will come in the comment section and say, oh my God, you were just nitpicking, play the game. If you've played this game long enough, you don't truly need to play the game. You can simply look at the game to understand. You can look at the game and you can say, hey, that's animation dependency. Hey, I know that animation. As a matter of fact, years ago, go back to the Madden tournaments. There are players that were playing that said, hey, he got that animation. Knowing once that animation triggered, as a user, you can't do anything. And you don't have a lot of control over these animations. A lot of people want to manufacture this idea that it's skill-based. It's stick skills. Oh, I'm just better than you. No, there is no answer that you can give as to how someone can be better than you when the other person doesn't even have a chance. Okay, these 2 examples, exact different outcomes. One a touchdown, one an interception. But the same problem plagued both. One of the players was never given an opportunity to make a play on the ball because they didn't get an animation. They sat there and they watched the game. You're not playing this game. You're watching this game. Okay, final point. This. You have to help me understand. Sapient technology a few years ago, wear and tear this year, all these things they bring into the game. As I've said for a very long time, you can't bring these things into the game when the base of the game is broken, okay? You can't tell me that, oh, I'm going to have player contracts dynamically impacted. We're going to have career longevity dynamically impacted by player injury, by wear and tear, when you have things like this. And what is this player's long-term prognosis for next week, 2 weeks from now, a season from now, 5 seasons from now? I just went, as I said, to the Colts-Ravens game. During that game, Anthony Richardson looks like dislocated his pinky. It's the first thing people are talking about because Anthony Richardson has a career longevity issue. He has a health issue. When you talk about wear and tear in Madden, that's what you're saying to us you're replicating. Yet, when you see a play like this, where a player is essentially a contortionist or has multiple compound fractures and ligament issues, it doesn't tell me that you're being upfront and honest. It tells me that you're selling me a gimmick that you know you don't have the ability to complete. You're selling me what I want, which is Anthony Richardson. Well, as a Colts fan, let me rephrase that. It's not what I want. I want to go back to a time where our quarterback can be protected and make intelligent throws and doesn't have to scramble all over the field or, like we saw last night, Clint Oldenburg simulator, have a lineman come through unblocked and get demolished. I want a game that simulates that aspect of football, where when you come into the preseason, you've got the number 1 draft pick that's trying to earn his job back. But behind him, you've got that maybe less regarded veteran player that's trying to take that spot. I want the player that has the injury issues that everyone knows can be great but can't stay healthy and on the field. Wear and tear is what gives you that impression that it's in the game. But then when you look at the game, you realize none of these things matter. Collectively, every Colts fan this morning has some level of concern over Anthony Richardson's finger and Daniel Jones stepping up to fill the role at quarterback. That's real football. When you look at a player like this, there's no doubt that you would look at this player in real life and say, well, his career is over. Oh, and by the way, hopefully he has mobility to walk again. Whether you're talking about animations in the open field between receivers and defensive backs that are so scripted, that are so canned, as a user you don't have control, or whether you're talking about a player that is literally paralyzed in the field, when you're still having EA Sports and community members parroting the fact that this game is different, it's changed, and we don't know what we're talking about over here. It puts me in a position where I can sit here and confidently say to you, there is no way that I cannot be back. Because we've got to discuss this whole defensive line issue where the ends don't even get the proper abilities. I mean, we have to discuss that, right? As a Colts fan, like I grew up seeing Mathis, Freeney. You're telling me that edge rushers can't get certain attributes and traits? Clint Oldenburg put them all on the defensive tackles. Is that because Clint was beat by defensive tackles in his entire career and doesn't understand how the edge... Well, we'll get into that in the video. But as I was saying, because of all those things, I can sit here and confidently tell you there's no way that I cannot be back in the week with more commentary.